After most mature discussion and deliberation, the Joint Committee on Reconstruction came to the conclusion that it was necessary, that the Constitution of the United States ought to be amended. The great object of this amendment is to restrain the power of the states and to compel them at all times to respect these great fundamental guarantees, such as the freedom of speech and of the press,
the right to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances,
the right to keep and bear arms,
the right to be exempt from unreasonable searches and seizures,
the right of an accused person to be informed of the nature of the accusation, and his right to be tried by an impartial jury,
the right to be secure from excessive bail, and judgment from cruel and unusual punishment.
There is no power given in the Constitution to enforce and carry out any of these guarantees. They stand simply as the Bill of Rights. The great object of this amendment is to restrain the power of the states and to compel them at all times to respect these great fundamental guarantees.
You exclude from your halls of legislation 11 states of this union, 22 senators from this chamber, and in their absence, you propose to pass and to submit to them a constitutional amendment.
Sir, it does seem to me that there is a degree of presumption in men who have hardly yet washed their hands of the blood of our fellow citizens that they have shed in their insane efforts to destroy this government, coming here and clamoring at the door of Congress again for the very political power in which they have hitherto used for the destruction of this government.
The representative men of the South have the confidence of the people of that section of the country. Now is the hour for conciliation. Now is the time to trust in the South.
My excellent friend forgets that over 4 million human beings have been changed in their position. And by whom? And by what power? By the national government. The national government cannot leave those men whom it has made free to the guardianship, custody, or tender mercies of any other government. It is bound to take them into its own keeping, to surround them with all of its own protecting power, and to invest them with all of the rights and conditions within the exercise of its best judgment shall seem necessary to that end. All that my good friend has forgotten. It is not in his mind. If I could bring myself to such obliviousness,
I am really desirous to have a legal definition of citizenship of the United States. Is the child of the Chinese immigrant in California a citizen? Is the child of the gypsy born in Pennsylvania a citizen? If so, what rights have they? It is necessary, a part of the nature of things, that society shall be more or less exclusive. It is totally and utterly impossible to mingle the various families of men, from the lowest form of the Hottentot up to the highest Caucasian, in the same society. Well, is liberty less sweet when it is secured by all mankind?
this abolishes all class legislation in the states and protects the black man in his fundamental rights as a citizen with the same shield in which it throws over the white man. Is it not time that we extend to the black man the equal protection of the laws?
It is a simple, strong, plain declaration that equal laws and equal and exact justice shall hereafter be secured within every state of the Union by the combined effort of all the people of those states. No state shall deny to any person, no matter whence he comes, or how poor, how weak, how simple, no matter how friendless. No state shall deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws.
What is there more vital? What is there more important than for a state to have control of its own local affairs? Yet, here we have a proposition to be presented to the states, to deprive the people of the states of that right.
This amendment takes from no state any right that ever pertained to it. No state ever had that right under the forms of law or otherwise, to deny to any free man the equal protection of the laws, or to abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the republic, although many of them have assumed and exercised that power, and that without remedy.
I can hardly believe that any person can be found who would not admit that every one of these provisions is just. They are all asserted in our Declaration. But the Constitution limits only the action of Congress and is not a limitation on the states. This amendment supplies that defect and allows Congress to correct the unjust legislation of the states, that the law which operates on one man shall operate equally upon all. In rebuilding, It is necessary to clear away the rotten and defective portions of the old foundation, and to sink deep and found the repaired edifice upon the firm foundation of eternal justice.